Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today is a very special start to a video series that's going to be going up on my channel in December, and I've kind of hinted at this a little bit here and there, so here it is finally. So my book besties, I guess you would call them, are Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library and Lisa from Books and Smiles. I talk to these girls on the daily. We talk all the time. We talk about everything, not only books, but we decided at the very beginning of this year, so back in January or February of 2018, that we wanted to do a special project for Christmas. And what we are doing is a book Advent exchange. And we decided that we were going to take the entire year and slowly start collecting books for both of the other people in the group. And we would do 25 books for each person, and we would spend the year kind of slowly collecting them, picking them up as we see them, books that we think that they're going to like or that we think they should read. And we decided to wrap them up, number them, send them to the other two people, and we were going to do an opening on BookTube before you guys. So Lindsay and Lisa are both doing these videos this month as well. Their videos will actually be up on the same day as mine. And it's just such a fun thing. We toyed around with the idea of, doing a real Advent and unwrapping one a day, but it was going to be way too much with how busy all three of us are with our families and schedules and work and school and all that. It just wasn't going to be possible. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to have 5 different videos, and in each video, we're going to be opening 10 books. So every video of mine, I will be opening 5 books from Lindsay and 5 books from Lisa, and they will be up every 5th day, all the way up through Christmas Day will be the last one. And we are just so excited to get this started. We have just been, planning this all year long, and it's finally here. And we just thought it'd be fun to do, something like that. And it's people that we know. It's not a Secret Santa where, you're getting paired up with someone you don't really know. And we just thought it would be a blast. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to open 5 books from Lindsay, 5 books from Lisa, and I'm going to show you what they are. I'm going to open them on camera, and I can't even handle it. Okay, we are going to get started. So I kind of have them all stacked up here. I have Lindsay's on top, so I'll just start with Lindsay's. But this is book number 1. And on some of hers, she actually wrote down why she got me the books. Not all of them, but if they had a specific reason why, she would write it on here. But how cute is her wrapping? Isn't that adorable? There's a tag, and she's a scrapbooker, so I know she did all this by hand. Just good for you, Lindsay. Okay, so number 1 says, as soon as I started reading this book, I knew I had to get you a copy. Have a pen handy because there are some great quotes in this book. Ooh, interesting. All right, so let's see what it is. I'm so excited. No. Fair Town by Frederick Bachman. She's been telling me to read this, and I've been wanting to for sure. Oh, thank you, Lindsay. I'm so excited. Yeah, I definitely, this has been on my list to pick up like ASAP because I loved A Man Called Uva, and I have 3 of his other books, I think. 2 of his other books, and then this is number 3 of the other ones that I have. So yay, thank you, Lindsay. Okay, if you don't know what this one is about, this is about a hockey team, I believe, in Canada, and it follows something big that the team goes through as a result of one bad decision on one person on the team, and I believe it has to do with sexual assault. I hear that's a really big theme in here, but I've heard just completely amazing things. All right, book number 2, Again with this, so gorgeous. I don't even want to throw this away, but it's okay. We're digging in. Okay, The Young Widower's Handbook by Tom McAllister. I've actually heard of this book. I just had never picked up a copy, but I've heard of it. It's actually shorter than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, I've heard of this. Yay, exciting. Okay, so this book follows a couple, and their names are Hunter and Kate, and they... I believe they're married, and Kate dies unexpectedly, and Hunter has to deal with that. He is going into a depression. He decides to handle it by running away, and he legitimately goes on a road trip, and it's about, his adventures and who he meets and, how they affect his decisions and all that stuff, but he's definitely grieving. So very interesting. Oh, I'm very excited. Book number 3, this one has something on it. This is the perfect sit back and relax, easy read. You will finish this book wishing you had an Elliot for yourself. An Elliot. Who's an Elliot? Oh, she's talked about this. I remember her talking about this and she absolutely loved it. This is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I have not read anything by Christina Lauren yet, and I've been wanting to. I believe this is a dual partnership writing. Like there's two people writing. They write under Christina Lauren. I think they merged their names, and they write contemporary. And I've heard very good things about their writing. And I remember Lindsay talking about this one, so I was thinking about it. But yeah, oh, awesome. Okay, so this follows a woman named Macy, and she is a medical student training to be a pediatric doctor. And she kind of has her life figured out. She's, in med school. She's planning a wedding to a very financially secure man, and she's, going through her life. And then Elliot shows up back in her life, which is her one and only true love, who also broke her heart in high school, I believe. And he becomes part of her life again, and everything starts crumbling because of it. So, yep. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, number 4. Ooh, The Widow by Fiona Barton. I have heard of this author. I haven't read anything by her yet, and I've been really, really wanting to. So this is very exciting. Okay, so this one follows a woman named Jean, and she is married to a man who is convicted, I think, of committing a crime. It's very vague about that. And so they're kind of in the public eye, and people are wondering how she can stay married to him and how is she supporting him and all that. And eventually he ends up dying, and then she realizes she can start telling everybody exactly what happened or exactly how he was or what it was like living with him and being married to him. But is she actually being truthful about it? So, sounds like my kind of book. All right, and number 5 from Lindsay. Oh, this is on my wish list. Oh, I love this so much. Okay, this is The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry by Rachel Joyce. Okay, so this follows a man named Harold Fry, and he is retired. He's living in a little English village with his wife. Not necessarily happy with her, and he ends up getting a letter one day that is written from an old friend named Queenie, and she's in a hospice and kind of, wrote him maybe one of her last letters and expressed some feelings towards him. And he decided to write her back, but upon going to actually mail the letter, he decides he needs to actually give this to her in person. And so he is determined to walk 600 miles to this hospice center to see her in person. And he is just hoping and praying that she is alive when he gets there so that he can see her. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, so those were the first 5 books from Lindsay, and now I'm going to open the first 5 books from Lisa. All right, number 1, she has the cutest little Christmassy wrapping paper. It's so cute. All right, number 1, let's see. Ooh. Oh, Emma in the Night by Wendy Walker. Wendy Walker's another author who I haven't read anything from yet, but I think I would really like her books, and I've heard very, very good things about this one in particular. And this one follows a young girl that I believe her name is Emma, and her sister disappear one night, and I think that years pass, and then Emma comes back, but her sister doesn't. And I don't think she's very forthcoming about what has happened to her sister. So this whole big investigation has to start happening. And they just don't know if she's telling the truth or not. So awesome. Okay, number 2 from Lisa. What is it? I don't know. Daisy in Chains by Sharon Bolton. Ooh, I haven't heard of this. Daisy in Chains. I like it though. All right, so this is a book about a very handsome, charming, successful doctor named Hamish, and he is also a convicted serial killer. There is evidence that just can't be denied that he committed these murders to these women, and they were very brutal, and he is behind bars now. With his case kind of opening up again, he has always stuck to his story that he is innocent and he was set up and it wasn't him. And he wants a really good defense attorney. Plus he wants someone to write his story, turn it into a book and maybe kind of get some more exposure that way. And he ends up turning to a young woman named Maggie, who is a defense attorney and a true crime writer. And she at first is I don't want anything to do with this, but she ends up taking it on and is really questioning whether or not he actually did these things now. So that sounds right up my alley. I've never heard of this, and that makes me so excited. All right, book number 3. All right, this one is Beside Myself by Anne Morgan, and this one follows a set of twins who decide one day when they're young that they're going to try to fool everybody, and they're going to switch places, and they're going to act like each other and see if they can fool anybody. And one twin is thinking, oh, that'll be fun, for a little bit, but it actually turns into, no, I'm you now, and this is how our lives are going to be. And it turns into something a little bit crazy. So awesome. Thank you, Lisa. All right, book number 4. All right. Ooh, I haven't heard of this one. Finding Jake by Brian Reardon. Okay, so this book follows a man named Simon. He is married with 2 kids, Jake and Lainey, and he is a stay-at-home dad, which is not very common in the area that he lives in, a suburb. So he's the only stay-at-home dad around, and he is definitely struggling to kind of find his place in that as far as his roles go, and being part of the community. And he is definitely trying to make sure he's building relationships with his 2 kids. And his kids are polar opposites. Lainey is very outgoing, outspoken. She absolutely loves to, do sports and hang out with people. Jake is the opposite. He's very quiet, and he, prefers to read books versus going out and doing things. One day there is a school shooting at the school where both the kids go. And so Simon rushes to the school, to find out what happened and where his kids are and all that. And Lainey comes out. She ends up going home with her mom, and all these kids are reunited with their parents as they're coming out of the school. And then it ends up being Simon by himself and no Jake. So he is trying to figure out, or trying to find answers, where is he? Is he a victim? Is he the shooter? And he's starting to question everything he knows about his son. So this sounds incredibly intriguing. And number 5 from Lisa. All right, Since We Fell by Dennis Lehane. I'm excited about this one. I read a Dennis Lehane earlier this year. Didn't love it, but I've heard really good things about this one regardless. So I didn't want to not give this one a shot to see if I like this one better. But yeah, so I'm excited about this one. All right, so this follows a woman named Rachel, and she goes through a very public and very intense mental breakdown. So because of that, in her recovery and everything, she kind of lives very recluse. She doesn't really leave her house all that much. And she is living pretty happily, as she seems, with her husband. And a chance encounter one day kind of makes that all unravel. And it makes her life unravel and her marriage unravel, and everything starts unraveling around them. That is literally all this says. So I have really no idea what's going to happen, or what this chance encounter was, or like what. So I'm very intrigued. All right, guys, that is it for me today. So those are books 1 through 5 from both Lisa and Lindsay of what they sent me for the book Advent Gift Exchange. Now, make sure you go over to both of their channels. I have them linked down below. They are going to be opening gifts from me and then the other person as well. So they're going to be opening 10 books in their videos today too. So make sure you go over there and check them out. I'm so nervous. I hope that they love what I sent. That was the nerve-wracking thing about this project. I'm just hoping that I did okay. And yeah, so we are going to be back in 5 more days where we will open 5 more books from each person. So 10 more books total. And I hope you guys enjoy this. So let me know down below if you guys have read any of the books that I unwrapped today. Let me know which one I should read very, very soon. And I'm so excited. All right. Hope you guys have a great day. See you again soon.